Everyone talks about making money online. Everyone promises quick cash. But here's the truth: most people never actually make it happen. I want you to imagine something. Waking up at the end of the month, checking your account, and seeing an extra $10,000 that you created, not from luck, not from inheritance, but from actions you took. That's exactly what I did, and in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how I turned a simple idea into $10,000 in just 30 days. No fluff. No fake promises, just the exact process that worked. Everyone talks about making money online, but very few actually show you how it's done. I want you to imagine waking up at the end of the month, checking your account, and seeing $10,000 that you created. Not from luck or inheritance, but from actions you took with focus and strategy. That's exactly what I achieved in one single month, and in this video I'm going to reveal step by step how I made it happen. The first realization I had was that money doesn't come just from working harder, it comes from leverage. You can work 10 hours a day at a regular job and still never touch that level of income. So the question I asked myself was, what product or system could I create once and sell multiple times without trading more hours for more dollars? And the answer was digital products combined with targeted marketing. I didn't want physical inventory. I didn't want shipping. I wanted something scalable, so I focused on solving a clear problem people already had, not chasing trends or guessing, but researching relentlessly by studying forums, social media comments, and online communities to find the pain points that kept repeating. Once I identified the opportunity, I created a product that was simple but effective, not overloaded with information, but structured to give clarity and fast results, because people don't pay for endless details, they pay for solutions that actually save them time. Then I built a system around it, setting up a landing page where I explained the problem, the solution, and the outcome in the simplest way possible, connected it to a payment processor, and suddenly I had a machine that could make money even while I slept. But having a product isn't enough, you need traffic, and this is where most people fail. I didn't wait for people to find me, I went to them. I created content that spoke directly to the pain points of my target audience. I used social media. I tested ads. I reinvested my first profits into scaling, and I didn't chase millions of random views. I focused on the right 1,000 people who were willing to buy. When I saw that my system was converting, I doubled down. I optimized based on feedback. I improved the messaging. And I repeated what worked until by the end of the month I had crossed the $10,000 mark. The lesson here is simple. Making that amount of money in 30 days is not about luck, not about working yourself to death, and not about having millions of followers. It's about building leverage, solving a real problem, and creating a system that works for you instead of you working for it. The hard part is not the 10,000, the hard part is starting, because once you've done it once, you realize it can be repeated again and again. Complaining about for months or even years, because when a problem doesn't go away, it means people are actively searching for solutions. Once I had that clarity, I realized the money was never in the idea itself, it was in the execution of solving that problem better and faster than anyone else. I designed my product around speed and clarity because the truth is people don't pay for more information, they pay for transformation. They want a shortcut, a system that cuts through the noise and gives them results they can feel immediately. That was my edge. I didn't need it to be perfect, I needed it to be useful, and the moment it delivered value, people began to trust it. But here's where the real turning point came. I didn't just build the product, I built the system around it. I created a funnel where every step was intentional. When someone saw my content, they didn't just watch and leave, they were guided. The content led them to my page. The page led them to the solution, and the solution led them to action. That flow meant I wasn't depending on hope, I was depending on structure. Every word on that landing page was chosen carefully, not to trick people, but to connect with the exact pain they already felt. I spoke their language, and when people feel understood, they don't hesitate to buy. Still, The system is worthless without attention. That's where most people quit. They build something and then wait, thinking customers will magically appear. I did the opposite. I became relentless about getting traffic. I made short, punchy videos that spoke directly to my audience's frustration. I wrote posts and comments that added value first, so people trusted me. And when I reinvested a small part of my earnings into ads, I treated every dollar like data. If an ad didn't work, I killed it fast. If it worked, I doubled down without hesitation. That's how I accelerated results. By the third week, I wasn't guessing anymore. I had numbers. I knew my cost per click. I knew my conversion rate. I knew my average sale value. It stopped being a dream and became math. And math, unlike hype, doesn't lie. Scaling to 10,000 became inevitable because once you have a working system, growth is just repetition and refinement. I didn't reinvent the wheel every day. I just kept pressing on the gas pedal where it worked. And here's the lesson. Making 10,000 in a month isn't about creating a miracle. It's about removing the guesswork. You start with one problem, one product, one system, and one audience, then you optimize ruthlessly. Most people fail because they keep switching ideas. They chase shiny objects. I refused to switch. I stayed with one clear path until it produced results. And when I hit that $10,000 milestone, I understood something that completely changed the way I see money. The real victory wasn't the money itself, it was the proof that I could control the process. Because once you can do it once, you can repeat it, you can scale it, and you can build on it forever. The moment I crossed that $10,000 mark, I realized something powerful. The hardest money you'll ever make is the first serious milestone, because that's where you fight against doubt, hesitation, and the fear that it might not work. Once I had proof, the fear disappeared and was replaced with clarity. I no longer asked myself, is this possible? Instead, I asked, how can I multiply it? And that shift is where real growth begins. I studied my numbers even deeper. What exact piece of content was attracting the most buyers? What ad was delivering the best return? What message was resonating the strongest? And I cut everything else. By focusing only on what worked, my system became leaner, faster, and more profitable. Scaling is not about adding more complexity. It's about doubling down on simplicity. I didn't try to launch 10 new products at once. I made my existing product better. I added bonuses, I refined the delivery, and I increased the perceived value so I could raise the price without losing customers. I also started building an email list because I realized that the real wealth isn't just in making one-time sales, it's in creating an audience that trusts you enough to buy again and again. That's how you stop chasing money and start building a business. But the biggest transformation wasn't in the system, it was in me. Making 10,000 in a month taught me that money rewards clarity, speed, and execution, not overthinking, not waiting, not perfectionism. Most people waste years preparing, planning, and doubting, while I made the decision to launch, learn, and improve along the way, and that's why I got results. The truth is, the $10,000 was never the finish line. It was just the beginning, because once you see that level of income flow into your account from something you built, your brain can never go back to thinking small. You stop asking if and you start asking how much, how fast, and how far.